So today is day 16 of the apple cider vinegar test. See if I can get rid of my acid reflux by using apple cider vinegar as a remedy. Now, I experimented with lavender oil yesterday to see if I could get rid of some of that tension. So I kind of rubbed it all around here, as I said in yesterday's video. And to be honest, that did actually seem to make a difference. Not a huge difference, but maybe I can get a stronger lavender oil. Or I'm thinking maybe I could even buy a lavender plant or something, or get some petals and put it in the bath or something, and use that, or even maybe put it in one of those like steamer things, because supposedly lavender like relaxes your muscles, and especially if they're tense, then that can really help ease you up and get you feeling better. So when I tried that yesterday, that did actually seem to help. And while I didn't like put it on again before I went to bed, I did put it on this morning before I went to sing before work, and it was definitely better than it usually would have been at that time of the day, especially. Now, something else that I guess realised today, and I've known this before, but sometimes my brain just doesn't take things in as it should. But I noticed that my tongue really gets kind of stuck at the back of the throat and kind of blocks off the sound. So I've been trying really hard to make sure that with my open throat, like with the open throat technique, when singing, I have to make sure that that's there, because as I said yesterday in the video, that I always find that my tongue is very loose whenever I've had a really good vocal day. And when it's loose, it means it can get out the way of your throat. So by making like a really big like this, you can kind of get that that sensation of like your vocal cords kind of frying together, and that's a sound that, according to Ken Tamplin, who's a really good vocal coach on YouTube, that really grows your voice, and I've definitely found that's the case. The thing is with him is he's an incredible singer, but it seems more specific to like rock music. So when he, for example, goes to sing something by like an R&B singer, like obviously the sound is different because his timbre is different, so it doesn't maybe suit those styles. But in terms of actually growing the voice, I would say he's 100% right. Because I mean, I've noticed it myself, like it really grows your voice practicing that, and then applying that to the different vowels. So that's been really good. But then I also do some of the like the Seth Riggs stuff as well with SLS. And yeah, so those are kind of the two things that I do in terms of singing exercises. But specifically with the Ken Tamplin ones, he trains you to sing with that like open throat, by really opening your mouth very wide, because it trains your tongue to basically get out the way, and it means that like the air, when it's coming obviously out of your lungs, it has enough space to resonate around your pharynx and everything. So yeah, that's something I wasn't it's one of those things where I should have clocked it, and I should have remembered the fact that whenever I have a really good vocal day, it's all open back there, and it's getting one of these things where I just kind of didn't clock it right, I guess. Yeah, anyway, so basically having the lavender oil in here relaxed it to the point where I was able to get the tongue out of the way and do the proper open throat technique. But if it's tense all the time, like it usually is, and I talked about the anxiety stuff yesterday, and I'm now doing like the CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, to try and see if I can get some of that down, and then like reduce the muscle tension. And I'm also going to be doing some speech pathology sessions as well. So yeah, I'm trying all these different things, and hopefully that will continue to help. Now, something that I noticed is that yesterday I actually kind of got to a point where my reflux was kind of not there anymore, and it was one of those things where I was starting to think, well, maybe I'm like imagining the fact that I had reflux this whole time. But then last night I basically had a snack. I had some peanut butter last night, really late at night, just before I went to bed. And I said in a few videos ago that peanut butter is one of those things where I've suddenly got, I just love it, because and I'll like eat half a pot every day. It's ridiculous. And the reason is that because I was on the low carb diet for so long, it meant that I've got all these immense cravings for pretty much anything that has carbs in it, which is most foods. So yeah, peanut butter is one of the things that I really latched onto. Anyway, last night I basically had loads of peanut butter and also some yogurt, and like some frozen mixed berries and some mix of nuts and dried fruits and some raisins as well, which are separate, but they're also in the dried fruits anyway. And I had that just before I went to bed, and then this morning when I was going about my day, I noticed I had like the reflux was kind of back again. So I'm going to make sure, and again, it's one of the things that I know that I'm not meant to eat just before I went to bed, but I was almost like testing it out, because the reflux had kind of gone, which was actually pretty cool. I kind of wasn't over the moon about it because I was dealing with the tension stuff, but that is pretty cool, the fact that I managed to somewhat defeat acid reflux, I guess. And what is that, day 15 or day 16? I can't remember. When I upload it, I'll see. So I guess serious keto was, his assessment of 17 days was pretty much bang on. And obviously it's going to be different for everyone, but in terms of, did I beat acid reflux? Maybe I have, which is pretty cool. But yeah, now the reason that the apple cider vinegar stuff seems to have worked is that it kind of causes the sphincter to spasm. So what you'll notice after taking the apple cider vinegar for that many days in a row, and if you take too much, it can hurt your stomach, as you saw in the first few videos of this series. But what it does is it kind of causes it to really shut tight. And you'll notice this after, as I said, taking it for so many days in a row, because when you have a heavy meal, for example, we had some like slow cooked lamb shanks the other night, which were unbelievable, and I had kind of too much, but I could really feel that it was wanting to get up there, wanting to get back up into my throat area, but it couldn't. And that is showing that the apple cider vinegar is working to cause that spasm, like to cause it to shut tight, and also it's digesting the food better because there's enough stomach acid, because I've supplemented it. So it's doing two things. So yeah, one is holding that sphincter shut, and the other is making sure the food is digested properly. So apple cider vinegar, I would go as far as to say that has now worked. And the fact that I've mentioned it less and less in the last few videos basically tells you that I kind of almost stopped having to think about it, because it stopped becoming an issue. But I guess for me, the discovery on this series so far is that the underlying issue is the tension, the muscle tension, dysphonia in the cause, but also the tension throughout my entire body. So yeah, this series is now, well, I've kind of solved the first problem. I'm now moving into trying to get to the underlying issue, which is causing the troubles with singing. Because definitely the acid reflux, when I was having it this morning, and throughout the day, it was definitely making it harder to like speak with resonance and sing. So it definitely is a problem. So if you do have reflux, it does mean that you will find it difficult to sing. But hopefully for you, apple cider vinegar can work, because it seems to have worked for me. Like I feel less of that post-nasal drip sensation. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today. But no, it was some good news with the lavender oil, and getting some sessions booked in with the therapist and also with the speech pathologist as well, and basically kind of solving the acid reflux. So that's some pretty good progress for the last 24 hours. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, and I'll be updating you tomorrow with, I guess, whatever I've discovered. Yeah, and I'll let you know. All right, see you later. Bye bye.